hope your day is full of the salsa and the hustle and pop and locking and the Macarena and ballet and jazz and tap shoes and the splits and tights and cannabis. That was an abrupt change of subjects. Maybe you're like, why did this bitch just go from talking about dance to cannabis? Well, if you're wondering that, you can wonder no longer. Because today's guest is Laganja Estranja. Cannabis and dance combined. All right. This intro's very weird. I think I need to start it again. No, you think it's good. Okay, we'll stay with it. We're going to stay in the pocket. Sometimes I get fearful. Sometimes I think maybe I didn't nail that intro. But you know what? I fucking did. I nailed that intro. Why? Because I had CBD today. Why? Because CBD helps me with my anxiety. Why do I have anxiety? Because it's 2020. The world's about to end. Are we about to hit World War III? What's going to happen this next election? What was that noise I heard last night? Have I paid my taxes? All of that, constant worries, constant concerns because I'm a human being in the year 2020. And you know what calms me down? CBD. That's right. CBD. And not just any type of CBD. Care by Design CBD. Why? Because Care by Design makes the best quality CBD. They have a really amazing range of products from topical ointments to sublingual drops to soft gel capsules. If you need CBD, Care by Design is there for you. Check them out on cbd.org. There's a landing page and you can figure out which CBD product is best for you. And you can go to ease.com, enter discount code SHENK, SHENK, for 20% off on all Care by Design products. That's right. SHENK, SHENK, on ease.com for 20% off Care by Design products. You're welcome. Okay. A lot of people say, Sarah, where do you get your weed from? And I say, I only get my weed from one place, and that's Libra Dispensary in Palm Desert. They say, Sarah, why do you go to Palm Desert? I say, because it's the best dispensary I've ever been to in my life. Why? They have an amazing selection of products. Not every dispensary has an amazing selection of products. There's a lot of dispensaries I walk into and I think, ew, who would want this? But when I walked into Libra in Palm Desert, I was like, fuck yes, this is how I like to party. You know what I mean? They have everything. They have the best brands in terms of edibles, flour, and just anything in terms of consumption. If you need it, Libra's there for you. Check them out online. You can follow them on Instagram at Libra Shops. And you can check out Libra Dispensary online at librashop.com. Check it out. They have an amazing selection of products. And they also have this amazing loyalty program. And if you subscribe to that, they give you all kinds of discounts. They give you like a heads up and you have 48 hours of discounts and it always changes. So check that out. And I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of Shank with Laganja Estranja. Here it is, everyone. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Shank. I'm Sara Weinshenk and today's guest is Laganja Estranja.
What's the tea, sis?
Oh, sis.
But wait, is there not the long special intro where you ramble?
Oh, I edit that in later.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
last
don't
time
worry.
I got to watch you do it, so I'm a little sad.
Oh, last time?
I was like expecting it. Yeah.
I did it with you there last time?
Well, if you didn't, I felt like I was there metaphysically.
Okay, well, either way. I mean, I love that you felt like you were there metaphysically, but there'll definitely be a banging intro.
Always.
Yeah,
I love that about you. It's like me when you just walk in the room and you let them know.
Yeah. Exactly. You gotta let them know. Okay, wait, we're talking about, you said you had the voice of a rapstress? A raptress.
Raptress, yeah.
Is that like an actress / rapper?
Look at you, see?
See? There
yeah,
she goes.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, I can give vocals and I can give them with emotion.
I like that about you.
But that doesn't necessarily mean they're on a melodic tone.
I feel like I can give vocals and I can same.
Yeah.
Maybe I have the voice of a raptress.
I think you do.
Is this something that people know about, or is this like a term that you coined? Because I feel like you have all your
I literally just made it up like right here in that spot. Yes.
No.
Yes.
That was so innovative.
I mean, sure. Thanks.
Just in that moment, you're
I just
like,
get high and say the
raptress.
craziest things.
And I'm like, what's a raptress? I'm like overthinking.
But then I
what
had to
is
think
it?
about what it was too while you were asking me that.
But then the definition of it was so good.
It was there.
It was there.
I knew what I was saying.
Yeah, no, it made actual sense, fascinatingly enough. That's wild, raptress. I think I have the voice of one too, because it's like, I don't know, are you musically inclined at all? Because you can dance.
I'd like to say yes, I am. I mean, I think I have a great sense of rhythm. I have a great sense of diction.
Ooh.
But, you know, once my balls dropped, so did my voice. I mean, I grew up in musical theater. I had a beautiful, like, tenor voice and would sing in shows and, you know, wanted to be the Oliver and Oliver Twist that, like, sings in the, you know, very high.
Yeah,
head voice type tease. But then, once puberty hit, mama, I just kind of lost the singing aspect and became more focused on dance. But I've always loved music, and I do love rap because I feel like you don't have to be able to sing. As long as you can semi-hold a note, they can auto-tune you to perfection.
Do you like rapping?
I love rapping. It's like my ultimate dream. I mean, I have a Missy Elliott tattoo for a reason. Like, if I could do...
You have a Missy Elliott tattoo?
Yeah, it's her crown from the Adidas Respect Me line.
What?
Yeah.
Let's see this.
It's like a queen's crown.
We love it.
How are the toes? Can we get
the
that
toes.
on film? Can we get that close up?
Can we get that on film?
By the way, how's the upgrade, mama?
Oh, the upgrade, the studio upgrade?
Wow. I feel
Did
like...
we get the foot?
Did we? How's the matching toes? Did you call?
Oh my God. What?
She's a girl who's always on brand. You just never know when someone's going to ask you to take your shoe off.
All green everything.
Yeah, but no, so I mean, I just love rapping, and it makes me so happy. That's the kind of music I listen to always, you know, and so that's like, if I had an ultimate dream, it would be to be on the Super Bowl with Missy Elliott, and I would
rapping
be
with
rapping and shaking my ass. Yeah.
Wow. Well, like, but you can really shake your ass.
I'd like to think so.
You
I mean, for a white
Is there
boy.
a way to like pull it up? Do you have any videos online we could pull up right now?
I mean, honey, it's just a Google away, as Kesha says.
Let's Google it. Anthony.
Just type in, Laganja Estranja, and it's not the correct terminology for the move, but it's what it's known as online, death drop.
The death drop?
Mm-hmm. But the correct term is dip.
The correct term is dip.
Yes, I caught a lot of flack for, you know...
using the wrong terminology.
Yeah, in fact, there's the third video on there was the video that got me in trouble.
Really?
So this is my death drop from Skin Wars.
Okay, what's Skin Wars?
Skin Wars was a television show that was all about, like, body painting and, like, prosthetics and, you know, like, makeup.
Cool. Okay.
Let's get sickening. Oh,
no.
And there she is in all her glory, being the fool that I am.
Wow, the death drop?
Yeah, so I had a painter named Kyle, and he painted me as Lady Gaga, so I was in like a meat dress type vision there for that television show.
Wait, that's amazing.
It was really fun. Yeah, I loved that show.
So how did you make that? Did you make that up, the death drop?
No, so that's what I was saying. I caught a lot of flack for the whole thing.
Right.
So basically, the move is from the Vogue and ballroom culture.
Okay.
Which is, you know, predominantly people of color, trans people as well. And so I think for many years that culture has been, you know, hypersexualized, and, you know, for like Madonna in Vogue, that's like where she discovered her Vogue moves, was from the ballroom culture. So there's been a long lineage of these people not being recognized. Now, I'll be honest, I was just a ignorant little white boy, which doesn't excuse my behavior, but I was. I saw my sister Shangela do this move, the death drop, which is what she called it. It's what many people call it, I think, in the in the drag scene. I think many people in the drag scene, that's how they know this move. But anyways, long story short, there was a video where I was teaching someone how to do the move. And according to the Vogue community, I was teaching it incorrectly, which I'm not going to lie, I probably was, mama. I was stoned. doing a workshop in Austin, Texas at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Yeah, I mean, I never taught that move before, but the class wanted to do it, and so whatever. Long story short, I taught it wrong, and I was using the wrong name, and so the video, it kind of went viral among the people in the ball and Vogue scene, and I was educated not in the most kindest way that the correct term was dip. But as a dancer, as someone who loves, the art form of dance, no matter what culture it comes from, when I learn something and I'm wrong, I can own up to that. And so that's why I always try to correct people, or at least let people know this move that you're calling the death drop is the dip. It comes from culture. We should recognize that culture, Many people argue that I do it differently because I stick my leg out in the air and then fall. But I think at the end of the day, it's like, why do we do like pick on specifics? Like, if this is what this community wants me to recognize and acknowledge, then I'm going to do that, because you got to pick your battles, mama. And as much as I may be known for Death Drop, because I honestly was going to release Death Drop merch.
Ooh, Death Drop merch.
I was, but I pulled it because I respect the community that much. I respect the dance community at large with all my heart. That's why I'm here. As I said, I started dance once I couldn't sing anymore, and dance is, why I sit on this couch. It's the way I move my body. So again, pulling it all the way back, do I shake my ass really well? Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I think so.
You do.
Yeah.
Well, so, and are you on TikTok?
I am. I finally gave in, sis.
Okay.
I fought it for so long, but then somebody was just like, Jay, you're a dancer. This app is like designed for dancers. Like, you should really get involved. So I did. I looked it up. I love it.
You love it?
I'm totally hooked. We should do one today. Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't dance.
But the best part about TikTok is you can slow it down twice the speed. So if you learn the moves really slow and you do it slow, and then it speeds it up for you.
Really?
Yeah. I'll teach you one and you'll be shocked.
No, I will be shocked, because I have severe anxiety around dance.
Why?
I don't know.
That's so crazy, because dance
weird...
is meant to make you feel free.
I don't feel free.
Why? Because you're too afraid of how people are going to judge you.
I feel like I'm way too inside my own head. Like, I can get up in front of a room full of people and talk and do my act and do my set and be in the moment and whatever. But if you take away words and then it's just let me just move with my body, that's my nightmare.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I think so much of comedy is about the movement and the way you're,
totally,
even if you're standing there nonchalantly, it's a part of it.
Totally.
Movement is huge.
Totally.
So if you can turn it on for your act, you should be able to turn it on in the club.
I could turn it on, but I will need, I just, the thought of going to a club soberly.
Well, I mean, that scares anyone.
Right?
Yeah, of course.
Can you imagine just walking into a club?
I can.
Sober?
I was sober for 3.5 years. Now, of course, I still smoked marijuana.
Okay.
Cannabis, whatever. But yeah, no, I was. I didn't drink. I didn't do nothing.
I don't really drink, but I'm just thinking to dance in public.
I know. It takes a little libations. It does.
It takes a few libations.
But if you're more focused on your head and you're missing the point, because dance is supposed to be freeing, and you're just supposed to move your body. It doesn't matter. I mean, my sister is the worst white girl dancer ever, but it's beautiful because she has been able to find that part of her where it's I don't care. Make fun of my silly white noodle ass, but I'm enjoying myself,
See, I'm trying to get to that level. I'm trying to be the kooky aunt at a wedding.
Yeah.
That's oh yeah, she's feeling herself, doesn't matter.
I love
that. But I'm not quite there yet.
Well, you can be.
What do you okay, so I think you're just a creative, fascinating person in general.
Well, thank you.
So what are some of your hobbies? Do you have hobbies?
Sort of.
Okay.
I'm such a workaholic. It's hard to have, I guess, full out hobbies, but gardening. You're not
making model trains.
I'm not. But I love gardening. Gardening makes me really happy.
I like that.
I love Chili's. I think Chili's is definitely a hobby.
Chili's?
Yeah, going to Chili's.
What do you get?
I get the chips and salsa with the queso, and the queso is basically just Velveeta cheese and Hormel chili with no beans. If you ever want to make it at home, it's delicious.
Do you ever make the Chili's nachos? At home?
No, I don't eat their nachos.
Oh, wait, why did I just say nachos?
It's not nachos. It's just the chili's queso and the chips.
Oh,
and
yeah,
the salsa.
yeah,
It's very
yeah,
separate but lovely.
Okay.
Sometimes if you're feeling wild, get the tableside guacamole. She turns it too.
What?
But yeah, so I go to Chili's a lot in Encino. It's like my little home away from home.
You do?
Yeah, of course. I grew up in Texas.
We gotta meet up at Chili's one day.
Let's go. I went for my 31st birthday. We rented the weed bus, got super baked on the bus,
and you went to Chili's.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Wait, what's the weed bus?
Okay, so there's a bus in LA where you can basically medicate on the bus anywhere you want to go.
And you're like, I'm taking this weed bus to Chili's.
Yeah, exactly. I done it a month before, actually, with a couple of great club promoters here in Los Angeles and downtown. They throw a party called Madam's Apple, which I was just at. But we basically
Madam's Apple?
Madam's Apple is a party that they throw that just celebrates queer culture. There's drag shows throughout the entire day. It's like 8 queens were booked. It was amazing. It's a great event. I just did it too. But long story short, we did this like weed bus crawl.
Yeah.
Where we got high on the bus and then got off and got drunk in different clubs around downtown. And we get back on the bus and get more high and then get off and go to the...
No.
Yeah, it was wild, mama. At one point, someone tried to pee, like, just on the bus.
No.
And we were like, no, like, we're going to pull over. Like, you can't do that, you know?
So were all the dolls out? What was the...
The dolls? I don't think this was a doll event. This was
Okay,
definitely a
okay.
Laganja Estranja extravaganza. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The dolls were inside the clubs that we would
dolls were
stop
inside
and
the
see,
clubs.
but
Okay.
they were not getting on the bus and partying
Going
with
to
us.
Chili's?
No. Well, this one didn't go to Chili's. This was just the
Oh,
bars
okay.
downtown. But that's where I met Roland with the weed bus, and I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. So, like, I want to do this for my birthday.
That's so fun.
Sometimes you got to treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Take a bus to Chili's.
Yeah.
Party.
It was fun.
I love that.
Yeah,
That's
super
so
casual.
Fun.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I loved it. I was with my best friends, 10 of my best friends. It was a great way to bring in this
I
year.
love that you have 10 best friends.
Yeah,
I have
sure.
one.
Really?
No, a few. I have a few friends.
Oh, shut
But
up.
10?
Well, and honestly, that was like not everyone, you know?
But you're social.
I really try to be. I think it's... My friends say I'm annoying because I basically like only work, so you have to like kind of see me at work. But yeah, I love being social. I grew up in Texas where you say hello to your neighbor. So I try to keep that essence alive out here in LA where it's so easy to just do the same things with the same people, you know?
Yeah, I love that you're social. And your apartment, your house is so cute the way you set it all up.
You have to come over because I just changed the patio. It looks so
You
nice.
did?
Yeah. I've lived there for 6 months, and I always am in the belief that like you got to change your environment, but
Yeah.
you can do it like for really cheap with the things that you already have in your house. You just got to rearrange and like, so for instance, I had this umbrella outside that was like made from that Hawaiian like kind of plastic grass skirt, you know?
Yeah.
So we took that off and put it on the floor like a shag rug and put the
Ooh.
table on top of that. So like
I like
So
that.
you just take things that you already have and you reinvent them and change up the energy in your space.
I love that.
Yeah. Marie Kondo, honey.
Marie Kondo.
I don't know if she would suggest that though. I think she likes you to get rid of everything, which is why I have not watched her.
No, I haven't watched her either.
I can't get rid of things.
Way
I'm a
too
pack rat.
attached.
Me too.
Yeah. Marie Kondo, ruining lives.
No, she's saving lives. It helped my sister and her wife. So
Really?
Different strokes for different folks.
She saved your sister and her wife.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but she inspired my
sis-
sister to clean up, so that's fierce.
Ugh. Yeah. I feel like. But have you ever gotten rid of something and then you're like, damn, I wish I kept it? Or no?
I mean, I'm sure I have. Who hasn't? We're all human. But no, I would say overall no.
Right?
I feel like it's good to purge things every once in a while.
I gotta do it.
Yeah.
I feel like, oh, shit.
And there's so many places you can donate it to, and then that makes you feel better about yourself because you're not just getting rid of it, but
Yeah.
giving it to someone else who could use it.
That's true.
Yeah.
So when you do your photo shoots, do you style them?
It depends. If you don't know my work, I do a photo shoot a day, as my friend just told me. I really do. I try to do photo shoots all the time.
Do you do that one a day?
No, but I
like, a
try to
lot.
do 2 a week, you know?
Which is a commitment, because I don't think everyone realizes how much of a commitment it is to do 2 photo shoots a week, or at least 1 a
Well,
week.
like you said, the styling is just one part of it.
The styling. So, like, let's paint a picture for the people who don't know what's involved.
Okay, so I live in a bungalow. So imagine a very, quaint 1970s back house, and my drag lives inside a shed. I love to just tell people how it is. So my drag lives inside a shed, and inside that shed is giant industrial-sized plastic bins of drag that I have to pull out every single time, unstack 60 pounds of things to pull out, and go through and pick out the hair, the accessories, the this, the that, and oh, let's try this on and see if it looks good. And usually my 2 best friends are there. They help me a lot with this, thank God. And I've had different people throughout my life, you know, give me their opinion, which is so important to me. Even though I'm my own artist, it helps when you have someone there when you're, you know, looking at bins and bins of drag. It's like you need someone to kind of like reel you in, Mary. So yeah, and then I usually, once I get the outfit and the hair, it's the accessories, and those live in smaller bins, so then I have to pull all those out. And so yeah, it's definitely a lengthy process, but I obviously wouldn't do it if I didn't love it. And there is some part of it that is super fun. I guess for me, the most frustrating part is because I do live in a smaller place, having to, you know, pull my drag out of a shed and do this all the time. It gets exhausting, you know? I used to have a 20 by 20 garage, like basically the size of this room, except for that part. And my drag all hung up. And I mean, it was so luxe, but that was when I was living in Van Nuys and not 5 minutes from the sickening studio, you know? So
luxe.
Location, location, location.
Yes. And
but I'm making it work. And like I said, if I didn't love it, I wouldn't do it.
So like how many wigs?
Oh my gosh. Hundreds.
Hundreds?
I mean, I have 2 bins from Webster Wigs. Thank you so much. Shout out to Webster Wigs.
Webster Wigs.
And
they
I would
hooked
say,
you up?
Yeah, every year I'm their spokesperson.
Oh,
basically all the hair you ever see me wear is Webster Wigs.
Okay, so do they send you a bunch of wigs?
No, I go to the UK every so often, and when I'm there, I usually do like a big giant photo shoot for them, and then, you know, they sponsor me with the wigs.
That's so cool.
It's amazing. I've been so lucky to have his support throughout my career. You know, I mean, we started when he was like 19, and now his like business is huge. I mean, he's in a giant warehouse, like he's doing so well. So it's cool to have been maybe a small part of that, you know?
That sounds so fun, just trying on all different
It's
wigs.
amazing. Going to the warehouse this last year was just like, I just couldn't believe. I was just like, oh my gosh, like you are doing it. Like you're a real businessman, and like you've expanded. And he creates his own colors and his own styles. I mean, I don't know if you saw the picture of me wearing 60 inches, like all the way down to the floor.
What?
Like, yeah. So he's so creative. Webster Wigs. I love them.
Webster Wigs.
Yeah.
And then
but so those, I have like at least 100 of those for sure. And then I have all my styled wigs. So like right now I'm working with a wonderful guy who's also down the street named Zach Killian, who styles the most beautiful wigs I've ever seen.
So
oh my
do you
gosh.
wear the wig to him and then he styles it on you?
That's hilarious.
Or how does it work?
So he has a wig head, like a styrofoam wig head, and a wig stand, and he pins the wig into the styrofoam, and then he works on it that way.
Okay, cool.
Can you imagine if I had to sit there like it was my real hair?
No, I'm like, what?
I would enjoy it though. I would feel
happens?
super womanly.
So they like, so he does it on like a styrofoam thing.
He does magic to it. I mean, I literally have taken him wigs that I've worn for months and months with the lace all just glued up, because we have to glue the lace down. And he is able to just work magic. He takes all that off. He washes them. He resets them. He teases them. He cuts them. He colors them. I mean, it's amazing.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah, he's a true artist. But there's so many people out there too, you know. I'm trying to think of other people I've used in my past, but you know, that's what happens, right? We find an artist that we love, and then we just get hooked on them, and
totally
then they become big stars and leave us. Usually is what happens.
But that's
you know,
so cool.
Yeah. So many people in LA are just crazily just on the street. So talented.
I can't believe you have like a wig guy. What other things?
I have a rhinestone girl.
No, you don't.
She's been with me since the beginning.
Tell me about your rhinestone
Little
girl.
Chris. I love her so much.
What's little Chris's deal?
Well, she's just been a really great friend. You know, she, I guess, has rhinestone forever. It started probably with cheer teams, rhinestoning the coats.
Cool.
But we met at a club, and she just was like, hey, if you ever need someone, like, I'd love to do this for you. And here's this incredible bra that she had rhinestoned, like, big giant marijuana leaves into.
No.
Out of the most tiniest, nicest crystals. I still have the bra today. I wear it all the time. But yeah, so I was hooked on her from day one, and she was actually one of the people on the weed bus. She's OG fam.
Oh my
OG
god!
fam.
So you have your whole squad.
Yeah, I mean, I think to be anyone who's in the glamour industry, whether it's a drag queen or an influencer or a host, you know, there's hair, there's makeup, there's
It's a lot
clothing,
of things,
there's styling,
right?
there's nails, there's your tanning, there's so many things that it takes to be glamorous. But if you love that, then it's super fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's just very expensive.
It's fun.
So
it's
if you enjoy being
expensive.
poor and beautiful, become a drag queen.
It's so funny. I mean, it is a commitment.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
I mean, think about it. I physically modify my body every other night when I do drag.
So
The
you're doing it the tucking.
Mm-hmm.
So
body
how
modification.
uncomfortable is the tucking?
Oh, it's horrible. I mean, imagine taping your breasts down. How would that feel?
Not great.
Right. And there are drag kings that do that every night so that they have male bodies. So you know what I mean? We're all going through a lot of body modification. There are people who, you know, get implants so that they have more of the figure of what they're trying to portray.
Totally.
So yeah, that's one aspect that I think we really put our body through. A lot of the other things are the gluing, as I mentioned, the gluing of the lace, the gluing of the nails, sometimes the gluing of the earrings because they're so heavy. You know, we put a lot of chemicals on our body to be beautiful, for sure.
And then also dancing.
Well, that's not everyone.
That's not everyone. That's
No.
That's you.
That's what I'm known for.
Yeah.
I'm insane. I really am. Because I don't wear pads, so a lot of drag queens, they'll put tights on and then they'll put in like styrofoam padding, and
Okay.
that's what gives them that women's figure.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm learning all kinds of things.
So for me, I don't pad. I just corset,
okay.
or I like put hips on the outfit, like the design will create the womanly shape.
Okay.
But I use my natural body. So that means my tuck, which is where I'm, you know, hiding my genitals,
Yeah.
has to be super tight because I wear no tights. So see, if girls are wearing tights and pads, it's easier to hide their junk.
Yeah.
But for me, who wears just a leotard and bare legs, I have to really go in.
I mean, but you look amazing.
Well, thank you.
You're like the hottest.
I mean, you know, that's what I try to go for. I want to be video vixen, hoe, ratchet ass.
Yeah, ratchet
Cannabis
ass. We love
woman.
that.
Yeah.
We love that about you. Video vixen.
Yeah, of
Nailing
course.
it.
I love that, right? Video
Yeah.
vixen.
Yeah.
That's all I want to be for Missy Elliott or Rihanna. Just fierce.
I like that. I could see you collabing with them. Nailing it.
My sister Naomi Smalls is actually collabing with Fenty right now, which I've been so proud of her to see that. I think
Really? That's so cool.
Yeah, and she looks amazing. I mean, she's a 7 foot tall, skinny glamazon, so it's perfect for Fenty.
What's a glamazon? It's just someone glamorous and tall.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm learning all
getting
kinds.
good.
I'm like
You're
really
getting good.
connecting the dots here. I'm learning all kinds of things. So like, yeah, how does somebody get involved in the drag scene?
Well, you know, nowadays it's so easy thanks to RuPaul's Drag Race. I mean, truly.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was like you really had to be a part of a house, which is like a drag family.
Okay, let's talk about the drag family.
Sure.
What's a drag family?
So a drag family or a house, H-A-U-S, is like
house.
Yeah, like Lady
a
Gaga
German
house. You know?
Okay,
Exactly.
yeah. Okay.
So basically, that is where, you know, there's a drag mother usually, and then drag daughters and sons. So there's
Okay.
the head of the household and
Okay.
then the family.
Okay.
And this is because a lot of the times these were people who were, again, going back to the Vogue and ballroom culture, you know, people were outcasted in their families for being gay or being trans. And so they would create their own families. And so that, again, you know, spread to the drag community. You know, the interesting thing, I guess, about families is that, you know, there's always going to be ups and downs, right? Because it's a family, you know.
Totally.
So, like, I've been known to be in the House of Edwards, which is a very large family in the drag community.
The House of Edwards?
House of Edwards, yeah. But, you know, like, right now I'm no longer with them.
Okay.
So it's just like any family. There's going to be, you know, fights and love, but I think the important part of it is to bring people in and to make them feel a part of. So back in the day, that was kind of the only way you could really get in. There wasn't, you know, Drag Race on TV. People weren't just going to gay clubs and being open like they are now. You know, it was
Totally.
the outcasts who really were brave and you know, created their own path. Well, now, there's so many ways for people to become drag queens. There's amateur contests, usually in every large city, once a week. I mean, here in Hollywood, we have, gosh, I don't even know how many competitions for new girls to come up. Now, that's obviously still very hard because they're not being paid and they're having to come up with costumes and looks and dancers and all these things with no money. Yeah, so it's very difficult to be a new queen. But if it's what you really love, there are ways to do it. I mean, now they're making makeup that's very affordable. Again, that was something back in the beginning that was very hard. Like when I started, it was like MAC. That was the only makeup that like was pigmented enough and really worked for drag. Whereas now there's, all kinds of things. I'm using a company, they're not sponsoring me, but I love them so much, Juvia's Place, which is this incredible affordable makeup company in Ulta. And their palettes are like $15 and they're amazing. They're so good. I'm using their foundation right now and it's like full coverage, a little bottle, $20. I used to spend like $60 on a container this big.
Yeah, makeup's expensive.
Shout out to Juvia's Place. I'm waiting for the sponsorship.
Oh shit, Juvia's
I love
Place.
y'all. Y'all are the tea. But yeah, so I think if people really want to get involved, I would suggest looking at their local clubs. I would also suggest looking if they're young, because I think a lot of times now people are really young who are getting into drag. There's a whole thing online for like basically children who want to be drag queens. There's Desmond is amazing, who's like a popular kid drag queen. Desmond is amazing. That's his like Instagram.
Desmond is amazing.
Yeah.
Can we pull up Desmond is amazing?
And he's this like fabulous, or he might be non-binary. I'm not for sure. They, them, not sure. But drag queen, full on, leading, all these kids into this culture. So
it's so cool.
It is cool. And I think, like I said, it's amazing that RuPaul's Drag Race has opened up the landscape for people to join in on the fun.
Totally.
Yeah. There he is. Or there they, I don't know their pronouns. Look, I think it is them. See?
Them.
So I should have known. Non-binary beauty.
It's okay. We're not holding it against you.
That's right. But yeah, so amazing.
Yes.
Super young, super fabulous. So it's cool.
love that. I love that. It's cool that they're able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, so many people say that they wish drag stayed underground because it kept it more authentic. And I can see that argument for sure. As someone who is known for being an adult entertainer, I have found myself in many situations where I am having to be appropriate because there are a lot of kids around. And I don't think that's something that's necessarily natural to the art form of drag. Drag was always supposed to be punk rock and pushing the boundaries and, has it got watered down since we've gone mainstream? I mean, I still say no. I say the more people that know about this art form and celebrate it and love it and understand it, the better,
Totally. So wait, how old were you when you first did drag?
Well, I started playing in my sister's clothes at a very young age, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know I was doing drag, but obviously I was, you know? I don't know, I think 13, 12.
Would she get pissed when you would?
No, my sister's always encouraged me to be fabulous.
I love that.
She loves it. She also encouraged me to smoke cannabis.
She did?
Of course. She never, ever thought that I would, and now here I am. And that's my thing. She's just it shocks her.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So she was cool with you trying on her stuff.
Oh my gosh, she took me to Rocky Horror when I was like 14 years old.
Oh my God, your sister's so cool.
She is the coolest. Yeah. And gay too. So
and gay
love
too.
It.
That's amazing.
Yeah, been lucky.
Yeah. That's amazing. My sister would kill me if I took her shirt.
Why?
Because, okay, first of all, she lives like a
y'all?
nun. Okay, you know those people who are like, they don't have any things? She like lives like Marie Kondo. She's
okay.
She's that bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she knows where everything is. Minimalistic. It looks like
holistic,
minimalistic. There's nothing in there, and then maybe like some essential oils.
Love it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm jealous.
Me, on the other hand, stuff everywhere.
Tchotchkes the down.
Yeah. I love something cute.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't really have any purpose. I have to fight the urge to like get shit.
Do you go to Home Goods?
Home Goods is like,
I have a credit card.
You have a Home Goods credit card?
I do.
No, I love that about you.
It's just so good.
But your bungalow's so cute, so it makes sense that you would have a Home Goods credit card.
Oof, it doesn't make sense, but I do.
I have a few
shouldn't.
different credit cards I
Do
shouldn't
you?
have. Yeah.
Who do you have?
I have a Sam Ash credit card because I was like, I'm going to finance a keyboard.
What is Sam Ash?
Sam Ash is like a music store.
Okay, well that's cool. You're
Yeah,
not
but
going
I
in there
don't
too
know
often.
I
you
mean,
know?
hopefully not. I could if I wanted to. Just finance a bunch of musical equipment I can't play.
Start a band.
I'm like,
Your own band.
I know. I was like, I want to play the piano, and I haven't learned
wish.
anything new. So I bought this
So you
keyboard.
do play the piano?
I'm teaching myself.
Awesome.
It's fun.
That's so cool.
It's so
What
fun.
inspired that?
I had a lot of fear around music for a really long time, and I just wanted something where it was like just fun. Where it was like, oh, this is something fun, and I don't really have to get anything out of it. I just want to learn a new skill. And also, I have the fantasy of like having these really nice dinner parties, and then like coming down in a gown and like all chic, playing the piano.
I was about to say, and then you sit at the piano and play.
Mary Had a Little Lamb, and that's it.
But if you did it with confidence, Mama.
That's what I'm saying.
Mary, it could be beautiful. I can see it. I can see it.
I like your Mary Had a Little Lamb. I think you could do it with confidence.
Oh, I absolutely could. Mm-hmm. I'll do anything for a paycheck.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mary's Little Lamb. Where you at, sis? Hire her.
Hire her. She's ready.
Uh-huh. Down. Nursery rhymes. I mean, you give me music, and yeah, I'll let my body speak.
I love that. So, what are some of have you ever had like a bad drag show? Because
Well,
it's
duh.
like stand up,
Of
like you can
course.
bomb.
Absolutely.
Like, can you bomb in drag? Like,
I think so.
What would that? What's
don't know
the
the
worst
words.
drag show?
You don't know the words.
You don't know the words of the song.
Yeah.
Has that happened to you?
Oh, yeah.
And then, but like you probably just own it. I feel like
Well,
you're
I
so
put my hands in front of my face and I just start doing
this?
choreography so they can't tell, or like I'll have long hair and I'll just whip the hair a lot, or
Okay.
yeah, but words are not my strong suit. I'll be honest.
Words
So-
aren't your strong suit.
So that definitely makes me feel like I had a bad drag show. If I fall,
Has that happened?
oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I do all kinds of crazy things. It's not like I'm just walking around.
Yeah.
I'm like jumping and doing all kinds of stuff. So there's definitely been moments where I've tripped up, or the floor is super slippery because the drunks have spilt their alcohol, and I'm in 6-inch heels with no straps. And
No.
yeah, oh no, I've totally fallen many times. But the thing is, when I fall, I roll out of it and make it look like it's sexy and I did it on purpose.
You do?
So even if people know I fell, they're still like, but man, she recovered. So,
Yeah,
you know.
that's what I feel about you.
Well, that's the training. I mean, I got a BFA in dance, so I would hope that I would be able to, you know what I mean?
So what does that look like? Like, if you're getting a BFA in dance, how often are you taking dance? Like every day?
Every
and
day.
Is that physically exhausting?
I mean, I was so young, so no, I loved it. I was young. And
Going to Chili's and then dance.
exactly,
Yeah.
that's literally what we did.
Yeah.
I had a Six Flags pass. I would go to Six Flags yeah, I was wild back then. I still have a lot of energy, but definitely back then going to school was so fun for me. I loved it. I mean, I wasn't really into the whole writing papers bit, but going to dance class every day was awesome. I mean, I was so lucky to wake up and do ballet with some of the best teachers ever. I mean, I just loved it. And I never thought I would love ballet. That was like my least favorite. I loved contemporary, but the teachers at Cal Arts where I went were so good, and it was so challenging. And I love that. I love being challenged, especially physically. So, yeah, it was definitely demanding. There were definitely many long nights of bruised knees, but as you can see, I'm still in the same boat. I mean, that's what dancers put themselves through. But obviously, moving our bodies at that level is so worth the injuries we get, just like any athlete. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Football people, whatever it is, if you're putting yourself at risk, it's because, you love it. And I do. I just love it. And there's nothing like jumping off a stage into the splits and seeing people just be like, and lose their mind. I mean, that
That's
gives
so
me,
fun.
yeah, it gives me the ultimate joy ever. And yeah, it hurts, and yeah, it sucks afterwards. And yeah, I'm really looking to not do that so much anymore. But I'm glad that while I was at my peak, I was wild and I did it, and I pushed my body to the max. I mean, when I got off RuPaul's Drag Race season 6, I was a drunk mess. But a drunk mess meant I performed at such an insane level because I was brave, I had that liquid courage, and I still do, but I was just so much wilder, Ma. If you ever want to see the craziest performance of me ever, you go to YouTube, you look up Laganja Estranja New York premiere Lady Gaga. And it's wild, Ma. I do so many, like, just tricks and jumps, and I'm out of my mind. I mean, I'm truly out of my mind.
But that's what makes you so fun.
Right.
Like,
well,
you have so much life.
Getting sober made me realize, like, how can I do that without the alcohol? You know?
Right, which is important in live performance.
And in life. I mean, it's not good to be a drunk mess.
Totally. Okay, wait, let's see this. Is this the performance? This is...
yeah, I don't know if this is the actual video, but this is definitely it.
All right, let's see. Is
oh
this
my
the
gosh.
video?
Yeah, see, that's Shangela.
Okay.
Oh no, that was Michelle Visage. Oh no, that is Shangela, yeah. Drag sister.
That's one of your drag sister?
Uh-huh.
Or is she in your family?
Yeah, the House of Edwards.
Oh. Okay, so
I'm giving you like time to wait and be like, where's the doll? Is she gonna come out? And then it's like, oh my God, she's here! You know, anticipation.
Oh wow, you're making the audience
eat it from the back. That's what we call that. Eat it from the back. When you're turned around, they can't see anything, but see right away. I just said.
Whoa!
I just started going right away. But that's what I was known for from season 6, was entering the workroom and just doing my death drop.
It's amazing.
But yeah, so this whole performance, I just get wild. I'm insane. I do so many jumps and splits, and the music ends and they start playing another song, but it's a Lady Gaga song, and so
hold on, I just watched you do the split.
But I think the song is a part of my mix, and so I just continue performing. I mean, Mama, I was a mess, but it's one of the best performances I've ever given.
So you were
intoxicated, the house.
But like you're
physically. Look at her go, just dropping and dropping, Mama.
I mean,
I was turned up, but like, I was having so much fun. Dance. What is she doing here? Oh my God!
I like how you're calling yourself she third person.
A snake to the floor. Well, because I'm not really Jay in this moment at all.
No.
Like I was in front of 3,000 people in New York. This was my first time on TV. Are you kidding? I felt like $1 million. Meanwhile, I'm in like a $2 stretch, hideous, just god-awful silver outfit.
I kind of like it.
Oof. And then I have a little tiny leather jacket thrown over it that's encrusted in crystals. So I thought, oh, well, this is hot because it's got crystals on it. But meanwhile, I look like a butchie. Look at her, lift her leg up, and then she drops into the split.
This is
wild.
A fucking performance.
No, and see, it's a Lady Gaga mix. So what I'm saying is at the end of this, they start playing Beyonce's Lady Gaga Telephone. So I think it's my mix. So I just keep performing to a whole nother song after this. Like, I'm out of it, Mama.
So you are performing to a song that's not yours?
Yeah.
Right here?
No. This is still my mix. But look, right here, it's supposed to end. And I put my leg up on this bar, and I think it's going to end. But then they start playing this Beyonce song.
Why did they do that?
See, so that isn't the full performance. So they started playing another song, and I swore that it was a part of my mix. I don't know. I was drunk.
Kept dancing?
So I keep dancing for a whole nother 3.5 minutes after that.
No.
Yeah. And then at the end, I'm so turned that I can't walk off stage, so I kitty crawl off stage.
No.
Yeah.
No. You kitty
It was an epic performance, I would say.
Okay, but like how much did you drink right before you went on?
Oh, Hennessy after Hennessy.
What, like, paint a picture.
Mama, this was 6-7 years ago. I can't remember.
You're fucked up on Hennessy.
My best friend in the entire world was with me, Nick, who we went to college together out here. And
Nick? I met Nick.
No, not that Nick. I love that Nick
that's
too.
That's a different Nick.
No, Nick Solis. He's in New York. He's actually doing hair now. But at the time, he was a violinist, and he lives in New York. And so when I flew to New York for this premiere, he met up with me, and he like helped me, and we got so drunk. And I just remember him being like, Jay, are you going to be able to perform? And I was like, oh, God, please. And like, I just went out there and turned it.
You fucking killed it.
But the moral of the story is don't drink and dance.
Don't drink and dance.
You can do it without. Because like I said, I got sober, and I had to figure out how can I create this high level energy performance without being intoxicated. And that was the most beautiful thing for me ever. Now, I do currently drink a little bit. I will. Not going to lie. She's back on it.
She's back on the sauce.
But enough now like I said, because I had all those 3 years to really understand like what it is to be a performer and to have to muster up that energy day after day without a substance. And I think I'm really glad I did that. Really, really glad.
Totally.
Because it almost took my life.
Well, what about like cannabis? How does cannabis affect your performance?
Well, so cannabis helps, you see, because it doesn't get me to a place where I'm out of control or I'm going to make choices that I regret, but it does help my body relax when I'm slamming into the floor. You know, when I'm medicated, my body is able to relax at a deeper level than if I was not.
That makes sense.
So for me, cannabis has definitely always been medicine, but especially when it comes to my dancing. You know, I use salves on my knees after I'm done dancing. I don't know. I swear by cannabis, which is why, you know, for those 3.5 years that I wasn't drinking, I was still smoking, because there is no way to really perform at that level without some sort of medication. I mean, there's just not, that your body would break. So
I mean, that's fucking crazy. That performance that we just saw, I was like, damn.
But that's what I'm saying. I still do that at 31 without all of that intoxication. So
which is amazing.
Maybe not at that level, I'll be honest, because that I think somebody counted one time and I did like 119 splits and tricks. It was something ridiculous. Maybe it was 69. I don't know. But the point is, I did a lot. So now you only get about 1 or 2 a show.
Yeah.
1 or 2 a show.
And 1 or 2 is still impressive.
Yeah, well, that's what I've learned. I don't need to do it all the time, you know?
You need to break yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so that's interesting, because for me, like, I could never go on stage. I can't go on stage high because it fucks up the timing of my jokes, but I can write high. But I can write jokes high, and
so
they're
you're
like
sober
better.
boots.
Sober on stage, yeah.
Wow, I love that.
Sober on stage.
So many people. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, I think it's but when I first started, I was so nervous I would drink.
Yeah.
And then
same.
like it just wasn't as good.
No.
It's so interesting.
No, I drinking and performing, I just don't think it's really, I don't know. There are people who do it, I think, for sure.
There are people who do it and they're like amazing at it. Like Doug Stanhope, he has great sets when he's drunk. It's Doug Stanhope though. Like there's always an exception to it, I think, but for the most part,
being able to be sober and do your craft is a good thing.
It is a good thing. Like
Yeah.
imagine being like a drunk real estate agent or something.
That might work for me.
A drunk realtor, or like a drunk DMV employee.
Well, they need it.
They deserve it.
I wish they could be drunk.
Right?
They might
They'd
be happier.
nicer. Yeah, totally. Well, Lee, I have a gift from you.
Speaking of getting intoxicated.
Speaking of getting intoxicated, here's a gift from Speedweed.
No way.
Yes.
Speedweed.
Yeah, there's a mix of cannabis stuff in there for you to enjoy.
What?
Yeah.
Pens and honey.
Pens and honey.
What is all of this?
That's a...
Edibles?
Yeah, these are lollipops, and then you can plant the stick and grow your own.
Oh, I'm so eating this right now.
Yes, treat
This looks
yourself.
delicious. It's pineapple. It reminds me of Hawaii.
Yes, which you just got back
I did.
from
It
your
was so
tropical
beautiful.
vacation.
It's called Half Lit, 8 milligrams of THC, all natch lollipop.
All match. Yeah, and then you can plant the stick.
add water, grow cannabis.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I have yet to plant the stick, if I'm being completely honest.
It's childproof.
It is childproof. We can get you.
How can you grow cannabis from the stick?
I don't know. I'm not really quite sure exactly how it works, but
There's like a seed inside the stick?
supposedly. Are you gonna garden it?
I might. Why not try it? No?
I want you to, and then update me.
Wow, it is childproof to the max. So now that I've got it out of its packaging, they've wrapped tape so tightly around the plastic.
That's the thing with these edibles.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Okay, got the tape. We're doing good, kids.
yes, we're doing great.
I'm trying to update people who won't be seeing us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that you're
I've got it
narrating
undone.
what's happening. Okay.
Now I'm gonna lick
She's
it
got
for
the
the first
lollipop.
time.
Yes.
It's very delicious.
It's good, right?
It's very delicious.
Yay. Okay.
Way to go, Half Lit.
Where can our listeners and viewers find you?
You know what? I'm really lucky to be Laganja Estranja on all platforms except TikTok.
What are you on TikTok?
TikTok, I am the only Laganja Estranja.
The only.
I hope that's right.
Estranja.
It's so new.
I'll write it
I'm pretty sure it is.
on that
Yeah.
description of the episode. I'll look it up and make sure.
Yes.
So we'll get your TikTok on there. And yeah, Thank you so
Are
much.
you going to make a TikTok with me?
I mean, maybe.
Come on.
I'm so scared.
We can do it. It's so easy.
TikTok.
I'll find us an easy one.
Find us like beginners.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Perhaps we might be doing a TikTok, a beginner's TikTok.
Oh, we're doing one.
Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Shank and listening. Please make sure to subscribe, rate, and review. And thank you to Better Box Studios and Speedweed. Thank you.